So fill up your cup as you listen in. Wake up in the morning with Shelly on WAPN. On WAPN. On WAPN.
Good Monday morning. How are you this morning? I'm here. I don't know how long I'll last talking, but I am here. Thank you for all the people that have reached out to me, prayed for me, checked on me, all the fun stuff. I did put makeup on, so you didn't have to see the black and blue. And yes, my face is still a little swollen, but praise the Lord, that is behind me. Woo! I didn't know that was going to be that rough. I thought the ending was going to be easier, but that's okay. God was with me the entire time. I'm over dental work, just so you know. I do have to go back and get the crown. The work is all done. I have to pick up the crown. But oh my goodness, it has been a little challenge. But then I think about what other people are going through. And this was elective. This was what I wanted, and this is what I decided to do. So I got over my pity party. Do y'all have a pity party right now? Well, if you do, get over it, because I realized watching the 4-hour service yesterday, it was a revival. It was a revival. And probably the most out of Charlie's whole entire service that I got. And I got a lot of things, but the one that stuck with me is to forgive. And, that's quite a thing to say that she has forgiven the young man. And that was just a bold, wonderful statement. And, forgiving is interesting because we think something like magical is going to happen when you forgive. Well, it is. We just might not feel it at that moment. And I remember when God had me forgive these two people that, I was in odds with, and nothing happened. That moment didn't change everything. Actually, it was like a year or so later that anything actually changed. And the other one is a work in progress, but I do forgive. And so it was very interesting when she got up there and she said that, and just all the different people that were there and the community that is standing for her and her family and her kids and all that. It was an amazing service. And so I hope you got to see that, or I hope that you go back and at least stream part of it, but God showed up. The praise and worship, oh my goodness. Let me just tell you, that praise and worship was wild. It was awesome to see the different artists coming together and performing, and just the humble hearts of so many people, the lives that were changed. And so very awesome. I'm glad we got to watch it yesterday, and I hope that you took something away from that funeral yesterday. We all needed to take something away from it, and so I hope that you did watch it, or you can go back and stream it or whatever. But the movement is definitely here. I've been talking about this movement that is going on for several weeks now. I feel that God is doing something big time in us. He's just doing something big time, and it's starting with, I guess it's Gen X. I always get those confused, but as far as the movement, the worship music, the dancing, the on fireness has been going on now, and we've seen it in the schools, we've seen it in the colleges, and then of course then there's the fight, then there's the bad and all that, but we got to stand on the good that's coming through all this. And so I've kind of seen the revival among the different youth groups, and that we've watched it, we've seen it, and now this movement, I think it's going to be a revival across our lands, across the world. And it's also going to change our stinking thinking, because there's some stinking thinking going on. And I think that it's going to change that also. So here we are. Happy Monday. I hope that you had a great weekend. Our Buffalo Bills played Thursday night. So I didn't watch the whole thing. As you know, that was the day of my surgery. So I was stayed up to halftime, and I was like, oh my goodness, they're tied. And then they pulled it off at the end and actually won 31-21. So we didn't really watch a lot of football this weekend. I lazed around. When you talk about being lazy, for me, I was lazing around, which is so unusual, but I wanted to be rested up for today. And then both of my appointments have canceled for this morning. And I was like, really? I would have just slept in. But God had a reason for me to get up, get this day going, get excited to see what he's doing. And it is anniversary week, birthday week, whatever you want to call it. We are 25. We are 40 years old this week. And so Saturday, we will be having a barbecue open house for 2 hours from 11:30 to 1:30, because I have an event that night. So it will be from 11:30 to 1:30 or until all the food runs out. Some yummy barbecue from We're getting it from Four Rivers, and I'm so appreciative to them and the fact that we were able to get that. And we've got balloons and a photo booth and some other surprises coming on. So come on over to the barbecue this Saturday, 11:30 to 1:30 for 40 years of WAPN. It's an open house, so it's come and go as you want. We aren't going to have some grand speakers or anything like that. I just want to share the love of God, break some bread, and have a good day. So I appreciate anybody that wants to come. 386-316-8054, so I can just add you to the list. Just it's easier for me to know kind of what we're going to do. We were going to get a big tent, but logistically it would have not been easy to do in our parking lot, and so we decided to do some pop-ups with some tables. So we'll probably have seating for about 30 people, but you don't need to sit. You can just stand and eat or wait until that person leaves and sit down, however it goes. But we just figured simplifying it and making it easier. We all got a busy schedule. We all got stuff going on. So that's why we made it where you could come and go. If you've never seen the station, it'd be a great opportunity for you to come on in and check out WAPN. Maybe we'll go live. We'll see. But WAPN is a pretty special place. When you pull onto the properties of WAPN, you feel the peace of God. You just feel the peace of just calmness on this property. And I am so thankful for that. And I'm so thankful for the hedge of protection. I'm thankful to see the police officers driving through the parking lot in the middle of the night. We need to pray for our first responders, pray for our police officers. They're out there doing their thing, and we need to cover them in prayer each and every day. So I hope that you do that. Pray for our schools and our teachers. It's just been a little crazy lately. Some of the things that have been happening in schools. And I always say that this is the craziness of this day. And 40 years ago, there was a craziness of my day. And 50 years ago, there was a craziness that was going on. It's just a difference. And the difference is we're just here. And so pray for our community, pray for our nation, pray for our fellow people. Be kind. I know I'm a big advocate of being kind, even when you don't feel like being kind. And, I've been tested on that a lot. And I sometimes think, no way am I going to be forgiving. No way am I going to be kind. But then I always do the right thing because I know that my healing will begin when I am able to forgive and when I am able to be kind in whatever situation. And, we have some situations sometimes that can get the best of us. But God knew about that situation before we even encountered it. So, we might get up to it and be in the middle of it and think, oh my gosh, I'm never going to make it through this. But God already knew. He went way before you, and he already knew what was going to happen. He already knew about the situation. He already had the plan of what to do with the situation. We're the ones that mess it up. We do. We mess it up. But we need to stand. We need to stand for righteousness. We need to stand for kind. We need to stand for, miracles every day. As I was looking in that audience yesterday, I thought, just think of the miracles. They did an altar call, not literally an altar call. They didn't have everybody come down, but they did an altar call at the beginning of the service, and hundreds of people stood. And I thought, wow. That doesn't happen on a normal basis. Could you imagine what it would be like to be in the arena and just hundreds and hundreds of people are standing, giving their life to the Lord? And then I loved what they said after that. If you are sitting next to this person, now you pray for them. And I thought, wow, what a moment. What a moment. If we could all have a moment like that in our time, in history, in our business, in our marriages, in our, everything. We could just, a moment change everything. And so I'm thankful for the different things that have been going on as far as encouragement, as far as the body of Christ, as far as worship, the worship that is going on right now. My goodness, I'm a worshiper. No, I do not know how to worship as far as sing, but I do know that worshiping is so important. I do know that guarding your eyes is so important in your ears. Put good things into your soul, your mind, body, and soul, and that's so important. Even, you think about it. We do that with eating. One of our levels is off. We get our blood work back and there's something off. And what do? We change our lifestyle. We change the way we eat. We drink more water, whatever the item is. But then we still watch these horror movies, or we still do this or entertain that. So we aren't getting all the good stuff in our body. I believe in, I used to listen to country music. I loved country music. And that was just my thing. And then one day God said, nope, that's not your thing. you go ahead and turn it over to praise and let me show you what the praise is going to do in your life. And I thought, you're right. This morning I walked in and a beautiful song was playing, and I just stood there for a moment and just took it in. And I thought, thank you. Setting up my day. I love it how God sets up my day. Got up early this morning, like I said, because I thought I had some appointments. And so I was getting ready and trying to pull myself together. Still a little weak. And I said, okay, God, you've got today. Whatever your plan is, I am willing and able to go for it. And so I'm getting dressed, and I'm praising the Lord, and I'm saying my thankful things. And I was speaking to myself, to my mind, body, and soul, and preparing for the day. Start today, make your bed. It's a super easy thing to do, but very important. It sets your day up for success. Be ready for today. Have a smile on your face and be kind. No matter what you're going to face today, God already knew about it, and he's got you. And then go through today encouraging. Go through today, be kind. Go through today with a smile. No matter what is going on, just smile. And so that's kind of how I set today up. No matter what I felt like, I chose to have a good day already before it even started. So it's anniversary birthday week, like I said, super excited. Hope that you're coming to the barbecue this weekend. It is at the radio station. We're going to have it in the parking lot. We're going to have an open house. We're going to have, maybe we'll go live on the air. I don't know. We just want to celebrate the goodness of God and celebrate being in this community for over 40 years. We're so thankful, so honored to be part of this community. And thank you for everybody that's touched my life. Thank you for everybody that's come in and shared your memories and different things. It's been really special to go on this journey, 40 days to 40 with y'all, because I've experienced a lot over the 40 years that I've been part of WAPN. Some were, I didn't think so great, but they molded me into the woman I am today, and I'm thankful. And when you can reflect back and see God had a plan even in the muck, God had a plan even in the mess, and you see it being fulfilled right in front of your eyes, you're like, but God, but God, but God. So I encourage you today, start this day, but God. Start this day with, what are we doing today? And see how he uses you today. Well, you're listening to WAPN and 40 for 40. If you'd like to give for our over and above, you can come on by the station at 1508 State Avenue right here in Holly Hill. If we're not available, there's a mail drop. You can throw it right through the mail drop, and these dollars, your fives, your hundreds, your thousands are all going to go towards the new equipment and the things of WAPN. You can go to our website, WAPN.net, and give right there. And I'm so thankful, and I appreciate everybody that's giving and helping WAPN accomplish the next 40 years. Yeah, the next 40 years. I figure I'll only be 93. No, I'd be 103. I don't know if I'll be here in 40 years, maybe 30. It is Monday, September 22nd, 2025. The weather is 86 with a low of 75. Madison, 89 with a low of 68. If it's your birthday today, happy birthday, Grace and Jessica and Kim and Franny and everybody else that's celebrating a birthday, anniversary, wedding week, whatever you're celebrating. Safe travels for Keith and Yvonne as they're heading back to Florida. Today is National White Chocolate Day. I used to think, why would they make white chocolate? I'm a chocolate girl. And then they make dark chocolate and white chocolate and all these different chocolates, Dubai chocolate, and they're all so darn good. Yes, they are. Each one has its own flavor and its own design. And so, yeah, I'd take some white chocolate right now also. Well, y'all, I'm out of here. I need to rest my voice and my throat. But y'all have a wonderful, great day.